Welcome to Chalk and Cheese Podcast. One DJ, podcast, one comedian, and two other guys. Chalk and Cheese. Come on. Begging it. Guys, I want to have a quick chat about something that we've kind of avoided on this podcast, but we need to talk about it because it's serious right now.
Not Stormzy.
Definitely not. But no, seriously, I want to know what you think about Brexit, the current state of the Brexit. If you actually know what's happening, if you know what's happening.
Man, still eating chips.
No, I'm just put it back.
Give me one though. Me a little sweet.
Yeah. Do you know what's happening
on Brexit
with the government and Brexit?
Do you know what?
I don't.
I'm not really too clued up about this Brexit thing.
Yeah. I honestly feel like this is one of the issues, yeah, that we're not clued up because we don't really care, but we should care.
True.
Because right now we don't have a deal. Like the country is leaving the European Union, which is what people voted for.
Find a way.
Bro, just listen. Just let's talk about it. Don't just have that attitude. We'll find a way because just listen to what's happening. Mm-hmm. The government has put the bill in, and people have voted to leave. Yeah, that was the referendum. People are going to leave.
How long has it gone for the last 3 years?
Yeah, right? From 2016. Yeah.
Look how long that, man.
But they haven't secured a deal. Theresa May put together her deal, and it was rejected 3 times in Parliament. So that deal has been rejected. So now Boris Johnson, she resigned. Boris Johnson is now the Prime Minister. He got in because they voted for it. His Conservative Party members voted for him to be the leader, so now he is the Prime Minister by default, yeah?
And him put in a new...
He's now saying we're leaving on the 31st of October with or without a deal. But we haven't got a deal. So the fact is he's saying that we're going to leave. So the government have now put in a vote to say that we cannot leave without a deal. Like, that's been stopped. Do you get what I'm saying? So then there was an opportunity for them to have a snap election.
So what does this deal certify?
Now, so let's look at it like this, yeah? Let's look at it like this. The trade, like, we are a country that deals with a lot of imports and exports. That's how we live. We don't, everything we have, we get from somewhere else. We import a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
now, a lot of that comes through the European Union. If we leave the European Union without a deal, then that means all of our trading, it's uncertainty. So it could go up, our tariffs can go up, when you get to customs, the customs charges, there could be so much things. Or countries might not want to deal with us because we're not a part of any deal.
Get visa for go everywhere.
Yeah, you got to get, that's just one part of things. We actually don't know what's going to happen. Do you understand? So that's why it's important to have a deal so that you kind of know where you're going. It isn't even about leaving anymore. It's about leaving the correct way. Do you understand? It's like, I don't know if any of you have ever left a job. Have you ever walked out of a job without having another job secure?
It's happened when I was a kid, but now
yeah, because you got a safety net. If you live at home with your mum,
now
you can leave. Do that. But walking out of a job when you've got nothing lined up, nothing, you don't know where your next penny's coming from, but you still got your rent or your mortgage to pay.
But like, you
still got all of these things. Would you do it?
What are their reasons for leaving?
No, because they were voted. Like it was put up for a referendum.
No, but what for me, if you say
they didn't want people like Belgium and
but I'm trying to say is
controlling them.
What you're saying now with the whole the trade and all these things and how it will affect, they had to have thought about these things before they decide. So that's what they're gonna do. So what I'm trying to say, have they come out with any reasons why they're doing it? What makes it better for them?
When they went to the referendum, they were saying that the arguments for staying was obviously to keep everything the way it is.
Yeah.
And the arguments for leaving were we want to take back control of our country because Brussels.
Yeah, that's it.
They're the overseeing body. They have the final say on a lot of our laws and things that we do. And the typical British English attitude. We want to control our waters. We want to control our immigration. We want control of our country. Great, English way of shit. Like that was the idea. So if you lot want to take control, vote to leave. We'll take control. A lot of people were tricked because you didn't actually know
A lot of
they didn't
people
know.
voted
They didn't know
were
because
blinded
people
by
want to leave.
patriotism.
People want to leave based on what they're told, innit? Remember, you listen to what the politicians
No,
say,
I just think,
and then you
I just think
but
they're
you only
blinded.
listen to what the politicians say. If they if the politicians put together an argument for leaving, and some other politicians put together an argument for staying, then you listen to it and you make an informed decision. Obviously, the media get involved. Some papers are going to be Brexit papers, and all of the stuff that they do are going to promote Brexit. So they will talk about immigration in a negative way to promote Brexit, or they'll talk about Brussels and the sanctions that have been put on Britain in a negative way to boost Brexit, and then the other people that are Remain parties or Remain papers or whatever will, you know what I mean? So it's all ways of getting into your mind.
Yeah.
So you can't really blame the people, because the people are just products of what they're being fed.
Yeah.
A lot of it's targeted. You know, a lot of it is targeted. They do a lot of targeted marketing. So I don't know if you've seen, there's a documentary about how Trump got into power. Have a look at it.
Yeah. If you watch
And
it.
basically, it just shows how they can get to your mind. They can, because if you're persuadable, because you don't actually know, you haven't actually got a political standpoint. You personally don't know anything, so you can be persuaded either way. So if you can be persuaded that Brexit is the right thing to do with targeted advertising, then that's what they do. So they get to people. Anyway, fuck all of that. The problem is we're now at the position where we are going to leave, but there's a possibility, or there was a possibility, that we leave with no deal.
Well, I can't look. The thing is, we can't stop what's gonna happen. Yeah, all you have to do, like what we always do, is adapt to the situation that we're placed under.
Did you vote?
Humans are made to adapt.
Did you vote?
Of course not.
I think that's the problem. Because you know what it is. I feel like, I know, because he was like, no, but I think I never used to vote, but I think we should vote. I think we should exercise our vote.
I think we should.
And I think that I think they should bring in the vote from 16.
I think it trickles down to our parents still.
No, of course, but I think we got this mentality.
I'll hear about me like.
We got this mentality.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Is that I don't know if it's gonna actually happen. I don't think we are gonna leave, because if it was from 2016 till now, and I know they like Boris saying about we're gonna leave with or without a deal. And obviously the government has put in play that that's not going to happen, is because they know they cannot get it over the line unless they're going to rig the voting. Because the longer it's
when
taking...
you say voting, it's already been voted. It's about a deal. That's all it is.
Do you think that things are fixed?
But it's still 50-50 in the House of Parliament.
No. It's just about the deal. It's just all about the deal.
Do you think that voting is fixed?
To be honest,
that's the only reason I don't waste my time.
Whether it's fixed or not, that's not the right attitude to have, because... Especially young people.
I just think I'm wasting my time.
No, but
really,
it's silly, bro. Because
decision.
Especially young people, young black people. I can only speak about being a young black man. But when I was younger, voting was dead, innit? Because
they
don't care anyway. They're gonna do whatever. Whoever's in power is gonna do whatever. That's the attitude that man had. But the point is, it can directly benefit, or it can directly affect us. Like, we have to be involved. We live here. It's our country. We are the adults of this country.
I would vote if I felt that it was fair, but I just don't think it's fair. I think they're rigged fuckeries anyway.
It doesn't. But then it doesn't make no sense. Listen, it doesn't make no sense to not do it, bro.
But I would do it
if everyone. But this is the problem. Like, if more people
forget on the day, I forget. I'm like, oh yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Like,
no, bro.
With the whole Brexit thing, I hear about it for so long that it just feel like one time they don't even know what go on. Like, we left with there. Wow, leave, not leave. So it's again, you're right. Where is people like the ones who probably it probably going to affect more should take it more serious, because the people in politicians, it not going to affect them. You know, them are good. Rich people, it not going to affect them. They understand so it's more the people who know, okay, who look forward to the holidays away that could be affected in Europe, or traveling in Europe, or not being able to get certain things we used to get before, because now we not get strawberry from wherever. You know what I mean? Just look at. So I understand that sense where maybe we need to just educate more, and it probably goes back to the episode that we did do about the schooling as well. Schools have play a big part in these things because are they teaching these things in school? I don't know if
I don't know. I don't remember doing politics or understanding politics from school. But what I will say is this: if we all voted, everyone that's affected, like you two, for example, Brexit would. I don't think.
Well, you never asked me if me vote.
I know you haven't, but just based on his reaction. No, but the point is, listen. No, Chris, don't have that attitude, bro.
Me from the ghetto, they don't look after me.
Don't have the attitude, man. Because look, I'm saying the amount of people that
worry about myself. So me alright.
That's right.
Not Zik. Me not care.
Yeah, you say that. Listen, the amount of people that
what if them raise up your gym membership price?
Why?
The protein shakes them have gone up, bro.
I work in the gym.
Where protein shake come from? Come from Russia, one of them places.
I don't drink protein shakes anymore.
Alright, where your creatine come from?
I don't drink that.
Anyway, listen, forget all of that. Listen. You must understand this. Yeah, that's definitely from Russia. No, but you must understand this. You must understand this, yeah? The amount of people, did you vote? You see what I'm saying? But if
Did
everyone...
you vote?
Of course I voted.
Okay.
And I voted to stay.
No, but I think we should.
Huh? No, I mean, for Brexit, did you vote in the referendum? The reason I'm saying this,
Dizzle did.
The reason we've heard that story, but the reason I'm saying this, yeah. Come on, man. Listen, let me just finish, then we can move on.
All right,
the reason I'm saying that, is because the amount of people that didn't vote, could have stopped this position from happening. Whether you believe in it or not, if you don't do it, there's no argument to say that we can't. You cannot have the argument it's fixed if you don't do it. If we all voted and we know that we had the biggest turnout, and then it still went that way, then maybe there's an argument that it's fixed. But if no one turns out and the majority don't, it doesn't make sense.
Ceesix, but I'm from the ghetto.
It doesn't matter where you're from, bro. That's the thing. Forget the ghetto mentality. Get the ghetto mentality out of your head, bro.
Look half of me.
Cut a long story short, everybody should vote. I think but it's valuable for your life and your kids.
It's true.
And I think that
the newspaper not write as much as that.
Doesn't matter because you lot are chatting shit. The thing is, you lot can talk so much about protein shakes and all this shit, but the things that directly affecting you, and will directly affect your children, you have to put. It's where we put our energy. And got to put the energy in it. Don't shut up, man. You're right, move on. Anyway, what I will say is this: I want.
He's a sensible young man.
Sensible youth, you know.
You don't say if you go run for prime minister.
Yo, we ahead of your time, you know, brethren.
You know what? You lot are pricks, you know. Serious. You know what? It's cool. Cause if we Brexit with no deal, when we're all on the breadline, see if you run the same joke. Run the same joke. Say we're all on the breadline. Run the same joke.
Why? When you go on which breadline they point, if they point a hard over bread, you're nice.
Man said, me good, you know, what you mean?
Hardware bread nice, man. So, you know what I mean? Like, yo, the hardware bread, they're good.
Yeah, well, all I want to say is this. I think that the voting age should be brought down to 16. I honestly think that.
Why?
Because
why 16? Like, you don't even have a decision in the world.
The voting should be brought down to 16 because directly it affects you. You're the next generation of adults.
I don't think so.
I didn't know anything when I was 16.
I have some 16-year-old just depend upon their mood, they're getting angry and like,
vote,
bomb up the world.
There's some 16-year-olds that's the future.
Parents, look how much
big changes in life. Big changes in life.
Look how much 16-year-olds go on internet and they might say, "Are you over the age of 18?" And I'm like, "Yes, no." They're not, and then go in and see things that I'm not supposed to say.
Listen,
yo, stop your eyes.
I know where that's going. But I'm looking at it from a very different standpoint. I'm looking at it from a standpoint that.
And it would have worse.
Bro, listen, relax, bro. Listen, let the conversation. No, you ain't. Don't cut me.
Don't break it. I'm not cutting you, but listen.
I'm not cutting you, but listen.
I'll cut you. Listen,
man, this is silly, man.
It would have worse.
Silly.
Because these kids, imagine them not go vote, and they would say, "Mom, who did you vote for? Did you vote?" They're going to do the opposite to them parents.
A lot of the time.
Bro, so imagine you're
just a fucking agreeing. Just a fucking.
Imagine you bring out. Imagine you have 16
You're being very silly. You're not even thinking. The thing is, my argument isn't about. Listen, the point of the matter is, it's not 16. Yeah. But I think that it directly
I know.
affects. If Brexit is going to affect anyone, it's going to affect the youngers more than any of us.
All right, so
because they're going to, if it's going to affect them more. That's just the long and short of it. So why shouldn't they be given an opportunity to vote?
What are we voting for?
And if
then?
Brexit was given to the youngers to vote, if it was given to the youngers to vote, I feel that the result would have been a bit different because the older generation far outweigh the younger generation.
Yeah,
the young vote starts at 18, so, and the old vote goes way up to whatever. So the old vote and the old mentality and the old way of thinking. So all of the propaganda going around about all of the immigration and that, they get to the older people, the younger people that are not affected by them same issues.
Going around care home and just hand out all
bro,
please,
please, bro.
And make them vote.
You're turning into Dizzle, bro. Just
no, but we hear what you're saying. When you hear what you're saying, that this, Ceesix, where you say we hear it. We hear it. The older one, them get to them tell them this. We hear it. What me I say is me I say what them do is go into the care home with the voting thing and preach them and then hand out the page and say we're not doing no vote now.
I just think that the big issues, the big issues that are going to affect the young people don't get the opportunity to vote.
So you
and
think
that's it. I think the vote should be for younger people.
All right, but would it
just because it's going to affect them more?
So what are we voting for then?
Let's move on.
What are we actually voting for?
Let's move on. Forget it.
For a holiday or not a holiday?
Forget it, bro.
Cheaper spaghetti bolognese. What are we voting for?
Forget it.
What said Domeo?
Forget it.
Domeo?
Yeah, Domeo.
Forget it. I'm done with you. I'm done.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So what? Is this actually what? For pasta?
Yeah.
Is that what we're voting for?
That's crazy.
Alright, cool. So what we talking
So that's over.
What are we voting for?
So what are we actually voting for after all of this?
This your boy Dizzle Comedian. You've been watching Chalk and Cheese podcast. Stay tuned to next week. It's the best thing ever.
Chalk and Cheese podcast. Put a podcast.